A few showers are still moving across Kentucky, but more heavy rain and storms could be on the way. That's why it's still a severe weather alert day. And WYMT's Brandon Robinson has more on what to expect. Brandon.
Steve, will probably be in a severe weather alert day for the next 3 days. But again, things have wound down just a little bit for today. They'll be back tomorrow. Let's take a look and see what's going on right now. Not a whole lot here on Live Pinpoint Doppler radar. We'll take you into a couple little complexes of showers. They're going through parts of Estill, Powell, Menifee, and Morgan counties there. Nothing severe, just some heavy bands of rain, especially from West Liberty back toward Urban. So be careful of that. Still a flood warning in effect for Buchanan and Mingo counties, the southern portions of Mingo and northern portions of Buchanan there until 9 p.m. tonight. That is West Virginia and Southwest Virginia. And of course, we still have that flood warning for another few minutes out there for parts of Breathitt, Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Pike counties until 6:30. That flood watch was expanded to include our entire area. Right now, it goes through 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I think that's going to be expanded pretty quickly as we head into the day tomorrow. 81 still in Jacksboro, but everybody else is in the 70s, even low 70s down toward Harlan and Wise at this hour, mid to upper 70s across the rest of the region. Several degrees colder in some spots from this time yesterday, a couple of degrees warmer in other spots. Headlines as we head through the rest of the night. Heavy rain continues tomorrow. Several inches, yes, you heard that right, several inches are still possible, and strong storms still a threat. Steve?
All right, it's not over yet. Thank you, Brandon. Well, many are concerned about possible flooding with more heavy rain on the way. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from the Big Sandy region, where several areas are already feeling the impacts.
Many areas of the Big Sandy are already seeing dangerous flooding, especially in Floyd County, where several roads are blocked by floodwaters across roadways.
We have several locations with water over the roadway, whether it's ditch run over or runoff from hillsides or whatever, but several of the creeks are over their embankments too, so that's caused a serious problem with the creeks being run over.
First responders there were busy with several calls reporting people trapped in homes and cars.
We've had several vehicles stranded with people trying to get to, and as of right now, we're having rescue squads and sheriff's departments and other emergency personnel trying to get to locations, but they can't on account of some water and some difficulties. In
Johnson County, things are mostly calm, but officials are no stranger to dangerous flooding and have seen deaths in the past.
We've had drowning victims. The majority of the time that happens in vehicles.
Paintsville Johnson County Emergency Management Director Gary McClure wanted to remind folks of the important adage, turn around and don't drown, if waters start passing over roadways.
Call 911. Any of the counties have the capabilities to get volunteer fire departments and swift water rescue teams to you to try to get you out of the situation that you're in.
And to call for help if you find yourself in danger. Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
McClure added that it is important for folks to remain weather aware throughout the rest of the week with more rain in the forecast. An old part of Renfro Valley in Rockcastle County was heavily damaged in a fire. Crews say the building on Hummel Road is now private property being used for storage. They say someone driving by earlier this morning saw the flames. Firefighters from 3 departments showed up. They had to shuttle water in because it's such a rural area. Crews were able to save a dog and stop the flames from spreading to other buildings. They do not think storms caused the fire.
We've had some rain move through, but I think that it's nothing related to this. We've not had no lightning or strikes, something of that nature.
It's not known what caused the fire. No injuries were reported. The westward lane on a portion of the Cumberland Parkway is closed following a crash. Somerset Fire Department officials say the crash happened between Somerset and Nancy and urge drivers to use an alternate route if you're in that area. No other information has been released. 3 people were killed in a violent crash in southern Kentucky late Monday night. Police in Laurel County say it was caused by a wrong-way driver. That driver survived and will face charges. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to investigators about what led up to the crash.
Drivers on Interstate 75 south of London saw something bad about to take place where a Toyota truck was headed.
We received numerous calls of a wrong-way driver on I-75.
Then about the 38-mile marker near the Highway 192 exit, the truck collided with a Nissan Altima, killing all 3 people inside.
It was just a catastrophic crash. I mean, debris everywhere. You couldn't even make out what the vehicles were.
Coroner says all 3 were from the Chicago, Illinois area. They were identified as cousins Deshaun Love and Kevin Kriegler and Elia Dukes. All were 25. Police say 21-year-old Joshua Poor was driving the Toyota truck that caused the crash.
We have the driver in custody. He is at UK Med Center in serious condition but not life-threatening.
A lot of questions on why Poor was headed the wrong way.
He's had to either got on the interstate the wrong way or made a U-turn on the interstate, and of course we're going to look at all of those to try to determine why he was there at that given time.
Poor is also from Clovis, California. Investigators say that it's not clear why he was in Kentucky. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Charges are pending against Poor, and police say he will be served with a warrant at some point. 3 people are now facing charges in a deadly Bath County shooting. Investigators found Earl Stevens shot to death in a home just before 6 Monday. Hours later, detectives arrested Michael Walker for murder and Brittany Reed for complicity to murder. Just before 11 last night, troopers announced the arrest of a 3rd suspect, Christopher Turner. He's also charged with murder. We do not know what led up to the shooting. All 3 were in court this morning. 32 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed, and today the Disability Resource Center in Perry County hosted its first ever celebration of the anniversary. During the event, community resource booths were set up to provide folks with information, and the Spirit of the ADA Awards took place to honor folks in our local community who have advocated for people with disabilities.
People with disabilities, no matter what type of disability they have, can be a contribution to the community. We're not here to show that we need help or the services we need. We're here to show that we can support each other.
If you or a loved one is in need of assistance, the Disability Resource Center staff says you do not need a referral, but they would prefer that you call ahead to make an appointment. Officers with the Pikeville Police Department spent the day working out an investigation months in the making, filling cells in the Pike County Detention Center in an effort to find answers to a problem they feel is most pressing. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there for the agency's Tuesday Roundup.
Hitting the streets
Police Department
to clean them up.
Probably fentanyl cut with something.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it, and the bottom of it is the drug trafficking and the drug possession. We're not out here looking for the people that's walking around with it in their pocket. We're looking for the ones selling it.
The Pikeville Police Department organized a roundup Tuesday seeking 21 suspected drug dealers, acting on 28 sealed indictments to target those they believe to be responsible for the meth, fentanyl, and heroin spreading through the area.
It should put the people that's out there dealing drugs on notice that, you know, we do know who they are. We're not going to overlook it. We will pursue them relentlessly. With
4 teams of officers and EMTs divided around the county, and the recent officer shootings in Allen still fresh on their mind.
It definitely makes you take safety and your awareness of your surroundings into consideration a lot more.
Saying they continue to put it all on the line because of all of those who died doing the same.
We're doing what we're doing in honor of those guys and in honor of Scotty Hamilton that we're out here fighting this fight that we're doing today, and they would do anything to still be here with us, and so we take them with us everywhere we go. Everything we do is in honor of them.
Taking on a foe that has hit the region hard.
It doesn't end today. We'll pick right up where we left off. When today's done, it'll start all over again. It never ends.
Trying to clean up the place they call home day by day.
You know, use good tactics, use your training, look out for each other, and you know the main thing is that everybody makes it back here safe and gets to go home to their families.
While working to get home at the end of the day. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Chief Riddle says the day was a success and the officers were able to confiscate more drugs and illegal paraphernalia just by working together. due in large part to the months of work that went into getting the information ready for the Roundup. Drivers in Perry County can expect a little more traffic possibly on the Hal Rogers Parkway. Temporary signals are in place near mile marker 56 by the Hazard Double Quick to control one-way traffic during a bridge repair project. A release from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says folks should expect slowed and stopped traffic in the area and be prepared to stop at temporary signals. The project is expected to take around a month.
Well, the rain chances continue to roll through the region tonight, at least in some form, and then several inches or more of rain are in the forecast. I'll track them out for you soon.
And it's Christmas in July for One Children's Hospital. How a nonprofit from the mountains is giving back to children in need.